right, welcome to another Technology Celebration of Innovation Fair. We're here at Everett Public Schools with hundreds of students and teachers sharing what they're doing with technology. This year we had a huge deployment of Chromebooks, and the kids are really excited to show what they're going to be doing. I am Sonia Dillafos, the Instructional Technology Coordinator, and I am thrilled to be here sharing the wonderful work of our students and teachers tonight. First up, I'm going to invite students from Mill Creek Elementary. All right, kids, come on up here.
Okay, so can you guys kneel down and tell me a little bit about what this is, what you got here?
So this year we have been learning about coding and technology, and we have been using Scratch, Code, and Tinker, and Alice, and usually the most percent of the jobs are usually coding, and so you should be using coding a lot more, and a lot of people do not use coding that much. And here's Spencer. Okay, so over the past few years, starting with third grade, we've been learning about coding, and things like that, like Scratch and coding and computer programming and stuff. So I have a Scratch programming book, and that has to do a lot with coding. We just use the code website, which, where is it? Oh, right here. It's the emblem. And then we're also using a bunch of computer programming, and we're building our own video game. Made a video game one time, and not really being sold, but they're we use them in the school district. And here's something. Again? Come on. Have we talked about
with code, you get to program the computer to make the thing move, and you can get whatever it's trying to, the goal of what the thing is trying to get. And here's Grant.
Okay, so for our example in code, you try to get it on the pig away with your Angry Bird, and so you have to code it to get it to the pig. So for example, you use the codes, and you put it in the box, and you hit start, and it will start going to the thing. And
Do you have more to say?
So it's not just the school districts that use it. It's a lot of governmentally important people like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and people. This year's Barack Obama doing it. But it's basically something like this, that you have to use these little strips of things that say move 93 degrees to the left, move 92 degrees to the right, move straight, move forward, stuff like that. And you have to put them in order in front of this big thing, and then you press run on the computer, and it kind of sends something to the computer that makes it move and do what you want it to do. So he was saying, there's a pig, and then there's an Angry Bird, and you have to move the Angry Bird so it hits the pig, and there's a bunch of TNT around.
That sounds pretty cool. So why do you think that it's important to learn all of these? Why do you think it's important to Oh, like this question says right here, why is it important to teach our students how to read and write code?
Because it will help you in your later future, like in your jobs, because 60% of the jobs are using coding, and the other 40% is just math and science jobs. So the ad will really help knowing coding in your future.
And if you start now, you can get an early head start. And 2% students are using code right now, and 98% are using math and science.
With people that have a job with coding, there is a $500 billion opportunity that they will get paid, that they'll get paid that much compared to like other jobs that don't use it. And like he was saying, 60% use coding and other use math and science. But people. It's not just for that. I mean, what is it called? Things they use with directors use to make the thing look fake. Sorry, it's GI something.
CGI?
Yeah, CGI. That has to do with coding and stuff like. I wouldn't call it coding, but it makes it look something that it's really not, and that's what this is. It's something that's not real, but looks really realistic. And here's Spencer. And so it is better to use start coding now because it will help your education. And in Scratch, you can move on the cat, and it's really fun too. And coding can be fun too. And Barack Obama knows how to code too. So
that's pretty cool. I'm glad you guys are working with programming at this age because it's a great age to start so that you can keep up with all the advancements as technology goes on. So I think it's really cool what you guys have going here. Do you guys have anything else to say?
Yeah. Do you mind if I apply it to my life?
What?
Can I apply it to my life?
Sure.
Okay, so speaking of CGI and stuff, a long time ago, me and my friends, Kobe and this other kid, we asked if we could make a movie, and I don't even know if I'm going to do it, but CGI, we're going to use a lot of computer programming and coding and all that stuff, CGI, and we don't even know if we're going to do it, but it's just a good conclusion on CGI and coding and how you start it at an early age so you can have an advantage when you're older.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah. Hopefully that works out well for you. Thank you.
Guys, take your board. Thanks.
Okay, so what are your names?
Max White.
Maria Krachowskaya.
Okay, so what is your project about?
It's us being able to solve the cube.
Same thing as him? Okay, so I see you got the Rubik's Cubes here. Can you both mess them up and then solve them for me, please? right, very good. Okay, so can you guys like tell me more about how technology was used in this project?
Well, we have to like use technology to figure out the algorithms to like be able to like permute pieces around like quicker, so that way we can get to the how fast we can solve it.
Do you feel the same way about it? Okay. How did technology like inspire you guys at all to do this project, or like what inspired you to do this project?
One day I went and my brother had this cube. It was a Rubik's Cube, and it just like it intrigued me because it was just like, how can people solve it so quickly? So I just went and then looked up how to solve it, and I've just continued from there.
What do you think?
Well, there's not very many girls in Rubik's Cube, and I want to be like a smart girl, I guess. So I want to like join the cube to make me presented as more smarter, because there's not very many girls, and I just want to join.
All right, and how do you see technology improving in the future? Like by the year like 2050, what do you see technology being like in the next 35 years?
I see like everyone being able to like think out in their brains and not thinking in their brains like, how could you go and like just like with the cube solve the cube, and also like not have to go and look up someone telling them how to do it, but everyone would be able to just do that in their brains.
How do you think technology will improve in the next 35 plus years?
I feel like technology will improve a lot, and then Rubik's Cubes will be like a small piece of our world, and now we'll be solving like 16 by 16 layers.
All right, do you guys have anything else to say? All right, thank you.
All right, so first off, can you guys tell me what school you guys are from?
We're both from Cedarwood Elementary.
Are you guys in the same grade? So you guys have Chromebooks here. Lots of schools now are getting Chromebooks, which is a great piece of technology for students to be able to use. Tell me, how do you guys use that in your classes?
How we use it in my class, at least, well, we use it a lot for, we're going to be using it in our school test, the Smarter Balance, but we also use it on different tests on other websites that we do.
We do pretty much the same thing. We do it a lot for tests and research, and for other things that we just do during class, like if we have math work that we forgot to do or didn't finish during a certain time, we can go on the Chromebooks and look at the pages in our math book and do it.
You told me earlier that you guys do something called Google Fridays. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
When we do Google Friday, what we do is we come up with a bunch of ideas, and we find one that interests us the most, and then we'll research it each Friday, and in a little bit we're gonna change topics, and we're gonna do a test that we'll present on it.
That sounds pretty cool. So then it's called Google Fridays because you're like researching it using Google.
Mm-hmm.
So you research them using the computers, and you research them using Google. But do you use Google products for anything else in that process?
We do use Google Docs, and one time I have used Google Maps to look at the certain spots that what I've researched for the mountain gorillas, some of the artificial habitats were created for them.
That sounds pretty cool. Google products seem like they're really good for classroom environments and stuff. But why do you think your teachers want you to use them? Why do you think your teachers want you to work with this technology for your education versus just using books or something to research these things?
I I think our teachers are letting us use technology because in the future we're going to be using it a lot more of it. So just to get us prepared, and we still use books according like math, text, and everything. But I think they're prepping us for the future, and also because we've been starting doing tests on them too. So
Yeah, pretty much the same thing, and yeah.
Do you think that it's better? Do you think that it's more worthwhile to be doing your tests and your research and things through computer means instead of using books and paper?
I agree, because if you have your own computer or electronic, you don't have to if you go to the library and search something, then if there's only one copy of it, then it for a person who doesn't have an electronic, they can't use it. But if you do, then you can use it to research that subject.
I do think using the technology is really good and helps with our learning. But I also like using the just regular pencil paper tests because I get to write out my stuff. But like on the Smarter Balance test, you can use the notepad and do that.
That sounds pretty cool. Do you guys have anything else to say about the technology being used in your classrooms?
I think it's pretty fun to go on the Chromebooks because it's a different way, because I don't usually have these electronics. I have an iPod, but I only use computers for homework and everything, and they're not really mine, but it's really fun to use these because we don't usually get to use computers outside computer lab, and the very few ones we have in our class, so it's fun to have our own to use and that we each get to use at the same time.
Yeah, I agree with her, and also I just like during class we can just have a Chromebook at our desk, and when we finish math or something, we'll have something else to research, and we can just open it up and start researching. I like having that accessibility ready for us in the class.
Seems like it's a really good opportunity then for you guys to be able to use this technology. I'm glad you guys are having fun with the Chromebooks. So thank you.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name's Edward.
Okay, so how is technology being used in your classroom?
Well, it's being used for a lot of things. My SLP, and then this is an essay. So my teacher is getting married, so I wrote an essay convincing her to get cake. So we had a debate about getting cake or cupcake for her wedding. So I was trying to convince her to get cake, and then we use it for many slideshows or small essays, and we use it at specialists library or music.
So can you explain the project where you're using technology? Is it that essay right there?
So this, as I said before, this was a project to convince my teacher to get cake for her wedding.
So it's a persuasive essay?
Mm-hmm. Like an opinion writing paper.
Okay. Can you demonstrate it or show it, or probably not because it's an essay? Okay. So what do you think the next big technology is going to be?
Well, there are many things that could be the next big technology boom, but I personally, by my opinion, I think it will be more I think it will be used more in phones, or Apple invented a new smartwatch recently, and then.
Okay, so in 2050, what kind of technology do you think will be used in the classroom?
Well, in the classroom, I think there will be no paper, just using Chromebooks or laptops to communicate with assignments.
So everything would be technology?
Well, not everything.
I think there will still be like a whiteboard, but I think like most of it will be using technology.
Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoy the tech fair. Hello, what's your name?
Bianca.
Okay, so how is technology being used in your classroom?
So far we've been using Photoshop and Audacity for just editing. Yeah.
So, explain the project where you're using technology.
We've been doing Photoshop where we've been turning maybe day into night or like creating storms, just adding more special effects towards the photo. So, yeah.
Can you show it, or is it not with you? Or?
Yeah, it's over there. We can actually show you right now. We have somebody doing a demo.
Oh, so it's here? Like,
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What do you think the next big technology will be?
Probably just a new iPhone like they always come up with every season. They always do that. So, yeah.
But if there's like something that wasn't an iPhone, what do you think it would be?
You can't really explain that because you never really know what's going to show up in technology. Everything is either more complicated than the last or it's just completely new. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to answer that one.
And finally, in 2015, what kind of technology do you suspect will be used in the classroom?
Still, again, mostly Photoshop and Audacity, but probably just around those lines, yeah.
So similar programs for the same kind of thing is maybe better?
Maybe a little better, more advanced, so you can get more into it, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoy the fair.
Thank you.
So, hello, so what are your names?
My name's Natalie.
I'm Hannah.
Okay, so what kind of technology are you guys using in your classroom currently?
We're using things like Chromebooks, Google Docs, stuff like that. That's about it.
So what's your project that you have here?
We did the Song Dynasty and we used Powtoon.
Yes, so our classes were doing ancient China, and so we decided to do the Song Dynasty. We did it on Chromebooks, on Google Docs, and yeah, we just did the Song Dynasty, and we have different paragraphs about the economy, government, different things like that, just, social classes, daily life.
So it's like a summary of things in the Song Dynasty, kind of?
Yeah, the summary of what it was like during that time in ancient China.
Okay. And I see you have it right there. And so, what do you think the next big technology is going to be?
Ooh, I don't know. What do you think?
I really don't know.
I don't know. You never know what's going to come out sooner or later. It's going to be some big breakthrough, but yeah.
Do you have any predictions for what kind of technology will be used in the classroom by 2050?
No, not really.
Probably maybe like HD computers or like phones or iPads or something where it's all 3D and it pops up on the screen. That's what I would think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy the tech fair.
Thank you.
Okay, so what school do you guys go to?
We go to James Monroe Elementary.
All of you guys? Okay, so what's your project about?
Our project is about the Vietnam War and just kind of the different battles and other things that the more important stuff that has to do with it.
Do you feel the same way about it?
Yes, I believe it's really cool that we get to use a Chromebook instead of just writing it down because we have more resources at our fingertips.
All right, now you guys did a slightly different project. Can you tell me what your project was about?
Martin Luther King? Yeah, Martin Luther King.
All right, can you tell me what you did in that project?
We had to study 5 textures. Was helpful.
All right, so what inspired you guys to do your project?
Well, I kind of scrolled down the list of projects that we could choose, and I thought, hey, the Vietnam War. I know a little bit about that, and I kind of chose that because it's one of the more important wars that has to do with America.
What do you feel about what inspired you to do the project?
I thought I really liked history and that the Vietnam War would be kind of interesting to do since I didn't know anything about it.
Now, what inspired you guys to do your project?
We like Martin Luther King. Yeah, we like Martin Luther King because he was a nice man.
Okay, how was technology used in your project?
Technology was used where you can actually just like kind of scroll over, like highlight the Vietnam War and then hit Control R and it shows up a research tool, and it's like Google, but it's like in a little research. So it only search up like words, like no pictures, unless you search up images. And it was mostly used because we're on the Chromebook, and it helps because it's way easier than to write. Than to type than write.
How do you think you use technology in this project?
We were able to research in one tab and then just bring the research onto our slideshow. And we were also able to bring pictures just by dragging it from one screen, from one tab to the other. And I thought that was kind of cool.
How did you guys use technology in your project?
How do we do that? By studying.
You guys don't really know? Did you do like research or something online?
Yeah.
Alright, did you guys just look up facts about Martin Luther King, or like what specific stuff did you guys look up?
We looked up Martin Luther King and then it came up with a lot of stuff. Yeah, and then we like kind of picked it, so we wrote it down.
Alright, so how do you see technology being in the year 2050? 35 years from now, basically.
Well, I guess I watch a lot of sci-fi movies, so I kind of think of it like that, but then I think that, like in, 1980, they said that we would have flying cars now, but we don't. We just have really fast cars. We haven't got to that kind of 8-point in technology world. I kind of think that we might, but we might just have, like, the computers will be, like, holographic, possibly, because they're already working on that in other divisions of computer science.
How do you see technology being in the year 2050?
I believe it'll be something a little cleaner because that has been a big concern throughout the years so far. And I also think that the computers will be they will be able to come, instead of a chunky laptop, it'll be kind of a little more portable.
All right, what do you guys think technology being like in the year 2050?
Cooler? Yeah, it's more cooler than laptop.
So you guys kind of basically seeing everything improving in the next 35 years, basically. All right, do you guys have anything else you want to say?
Chromebooks are awesome.
Chromebooks are awesome. They're really an amazing learning tool, and that's pretty much it.
I think it was smart bringing them into classrooms.
All right, thank you.
Hey, so you guys are from
Eisenhower.
And you guys are part of the Rubik's Cube Club. I think we had some of you earlier, but I heard you guys worked on a project just now, so what did you do?
We made a Everett's Public Schools logo out of Rubik's Cubes, out of 100 of them. So, yeah.
So how long did that take to do?
Not long, like about 30 minutes, I guess, yeah.
So what kind of technology did you guys use for this?
We went to the You Can Do the Cube website, dragged a picture file over to it, and it pixelized it into making it able to copy in Rubik's Cubes. into any amount that you want to make, depending on how detailed you want it.
Have you guys used this before, Rubik's Cube Club?
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it. It's true.
I make it a couple times when we do it. We made like 4 or 5 out of this year.
Cool. So what have you guys been doing recently in general with the club?
Practicing for the competition coming up in May.
Yeah, we're mostly doing that. But we're planning on making more mosaics, I guess.
Cool. Have you been to many other competitions before?
I've been to 2. One last year and one this year so far.
My first one was this year, so the next competition will be my second time, so that's it.
Do you see many people using like the same sort of techniques or technology you do, like at the convention? Or not a convention, competition?
Well, it's hard to tell when people are moving their cubes really fast, so I couldn't tell.
I do not see people using the same technique. Well, I do see people using the same techniques, just like not some of the more advanced ones that I use.
Cool. So I was at Eisenhower last year. How has the club changed?
There is more like 8th graders this year. There's more people in it now. We've had more publicity going around about it. It's been getting bigger throughout the school.
Cool. Do you have any like more different mosaic ideas that you guys would want to try?
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. But probably a little bit more challenging that we could do.
Okay, cool. So you guys used like 100, right?
Yeah, 100.
Cool. What's the most you've ever used?
250 cubes for a Martin Luther King Jr. mosaic.
I can't remember, but I think I was actually there when that happened. Was that last year? Okay.
We did make Starry Night, though.
I did remember that one, actually. So, in general, what has technology changed from last year in classrooms or clubs or anything?
For this, yeah, because now we can create our own mosaics instead of just finding ones off the internet.
Yeah, that'll be so much. That is better than finding stuff on the internet and all that stuff.
Okay, cool. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Cool.
Alright, so what are your guys' names?
Mine's Tyler. I'm Cooper. I'm Liam.
What school do you guys go to?
We go to Whittier Elementary. Whittier Elementary.
Okay, so what's your project basically about?
It's about like new technology that's coming in 2015. Like CES and like the new technology that came like either like I think it was last year or this year. So new technology and stuff.
Okay, so how is technology used in your project?
Well, we do like presentations about states and stuff, and then we write about what? So like the states of what we're presenting is I think it's Powtoon, and Powtoon is like an online presentation that we show people on that screen there. So, and we've been using our technology to do it. And then we've also been doing something called Storybird, where like we do something about a kid named Storybird Shiloh. Do you know the book Shiloh? It's about a boy named Marty, who's 11, and he finds this stray dog and he takes him in, but it's actually the meanest guy in the city's dog, and Marty will do anything to save the dog, Shiloh, from being hurt by killing him. So we had to make an online presentation about that on Storybird.
What inspired you guys to do this?
Just learning about new technology and how it works. And that's what inspired me. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you see technology being improved in the next 35 years or so?
Probably better, visual, probably new programs and stuff.
Like what kind of new programs?
Like new games and stuff. Like maybe a game that you put on glasses and you just and gloves that you move your hands and the game will move its hands or feet with you. And when you turn your head, the game will turn its head or something.
Okay, how do you guys think you guys did on this project overall?
We probably did it really good. I think we did pretty good because we did success. We used a lot of time to do these projects to this day. Yeah.
All right, and how do you guys use technology in your own classroom?
Well, we use technology to go online to see do research on the technology that we're gonna have for our presentation, and we just mostly have fun with the technology. Yeah. And see what.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Do you guys have anything else to say? All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so what are your names?
Sela, Darian, Alexa, Elizabeth, Lolly.
Okay, so what's your project that you guys are doing?
We're doing the morning announcement project. We record and then we put it on a computer and we download it, and then we put all the videos together, and then we send it out to our people in our school, and then people watch it for what's the lunch and stuff.
So it's like the morning news for your school. Okay. So are there other ways that you guys are using technology in your school, in your classroom?
I think we use the computer and then save it.
Chromebooks.
Oh, Chromebooks.
Okay, so do any of you have predictions about the next big technological advancement?
We go around the school taking pictures of important things to tell the whole school in each morning, and we record the principals, like what they have to say, and we record some kids saying what's for lunch and snack, and we put some music and we make it like a short film.
But as far as like the next big technology that will exist in general, do you have any predictions? For like the next technology, like is it going to be a new computer or a new digital editing software? What do you think it will be?
Yeah, I think a new computer.
A new computer? Okay, so thank you guys. I hope you enjoy the fair. Okay, so what are your names?
My name's Addison. My name's Lexi.
Okay, and you're from Cedarwood Elementary?
Yes.
Okay, so what are you holding there?
Well, we're holding tablets, and we're doing a thing at our Cedarwood Elementary School called Fallout Shelf and eBooks. And there's 101 books, titles, and you can search anything you want pretty much from like different genres or titles or whatever. And our fourth and fifth graders at our school are doing an energy project, and we have to read 15 books and tag 6 questions about energy.
Okay, so are you guys in the 4th and 5th grade and doing the energy project?
Yes, I'm in 5th grade and she's in 4th grade. I'm in 4th grade.
Okay, that sounds really cool. So is this like the main way you use technology in your classroom? Are there any other ways you guys use it?
Yes, we usually like read books, just regular, or after we read books we take AR tests and we answer questions and we get percentages and points in that computer, on a computer or desktops.
Okay, so what do you guys think the next big technology is going to be?
I don't know. I think maybe there will be like a computer that's big or something that like has. I was gonna say like a computer that has like it's very different from other different computers and it has more technology and it has more just of everything that regular computers have.
Okay, so just like a better, bigger computer kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about all the way in 2050? How do you think technology will be used in a classroom setting?
I think it'll be used the same way. Our school's starting with Chromebooks, and we have all this different stuff that we don't even know yet, kind of. We're kind of just getting into it.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of the fair. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Jaron Santos, and I go to Penny Creek Elementary.
Okay, so what do you do in technology at your school?
We do Chromebooks. We do Chromebooks and computer things. Yeah. And then we have our computer lab, and the computer lab is where we do like projects that our teacher always tells us that our teacher always tells us to do. Yeah. Yeah, basically it.
So, what kind of things do you do in your computer? Do you have a computer class?
Yeah.
So what kind of things do you do in that class?
We do like things with Microsoft PowerPoint, and we use that to make to like presentate and stuff.
Yeah. So you make you get subjects and you make presentations in PowerPoint and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any predictions as to what the next big technology is going to be?
I don't know. It's dumb. I don't know, though.
Okay, how about how it would be used in the classroom in future years? Or do you also don't know about that?
I think I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the interview. It was great. I hope you enjoy the rest of the fair.
Any good Rob?
No, just go grab a couple of shots. That'll be easier.
Okay, so what are your guys' names?
I'm Reese. Nick. Timothy. Emerson.
So what are your guys' projects?
We made a iMovie presentation about what we use in our classroom. We made a script of stuff we do in our classroom, and yeah, that's basically our project.
Is that your guys' entire project, or is there other stuff?
There is
I'll go ahead and move on. Okay, so what inspired you guys to do this project?
well, we needed something to do for the fair, and don't you think it would be cool to like make a mini movie about like what we do, because it's like sort of creative in a way. We just really wanted to stand out to other schools. We just
I'll move on. How is technology used in your project? I'll start with you.
What?
How did you use technology in this project?
Oh, well, we used mainly the Chromebooks. Also, we used our teacher's iPad to put all of it together on iMovie. And we also used, we used like different apps and stuff to like put it all together. Wait, what was the question again?
How did you guys use technology in this project?
We used technology in this project by like we like linked parts to like the site, and another reason how we use technology in the project is that
I'll move on. How do you guys think you guys did on this project?
I really enjoyed it, so I hope other people would enjoy it. So I think we did pretty good. Pretty good. I think it was excellent. I think it was amazing.
Okay, how do you guys see technology improving in the next 35 years or so?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna move up with the iPhones. I mean, they're on 7 already, and I'm pretty sure that there might be like some sort of computer that isn't connected. So like I don't really know. I'm pretty sure they're gonna advance with technology because of like maybe ships that can go into space that has more fuel, so we can go on to Mars and other planets in the universe.
How do you guys see technology improving in the next 35 years or so?
I think like I agree with Reese, like the iPhone, and I think the Apple company is gonna like make like a new type of computer and then a new type of iPod. Maybe instead of using paper, we use the Chromebook sometimes for assignments, but maybe it'll be just the Chromebooks or just computers all the time, and stuff and to check the test. It won't take like a whole lot of time. It'll just be like super easy.
All right, do any of you guys have anything else to say?
I do. We're amazing, pretty much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so we've got something really cool here. This is the Cascade Yearbook, and it's got like a special thing built into it, to whereas you can use this app, and you explain a little bit about it.
All right, so this is Cascade's yearbook that we did last year, and it starts with these symbols that's on the front of the book, and also throughout the book we have about 200 or more pictures that are linked to it. And there's this app that you can download like on your iPad or phone or anything called Erasma. And once you download the app and you subscribe to Cascade, you can hover your camera over the photo and it turns the photo into a video. And you can experience things like the talent show with all these different photos that we have, or you can experience the sports events. And it's really cool.
That sounds really cool. So, you worked on this, right?
Yeah. Well, not last year, but this year I'm working on it.
This year? So you guys are doing this again this year?
Yes, we are.
Something I'm wondering about this. Do you think that this is obviously this is an improvement to the yearbooks, but why is it an improvement? Why is this so much better than just an average yearbook?
I think with this, like, it's a way to experience the year more thoroughly. Like, as a student, you can go back and you can look at all the videos and, like, remember those moments. Or if you haven't seen it before, you can look at an insight into Cascade High School and see what our students are personally and see, like, what our dances are like, our sports events are like.
Sounds pretty cool. Do you have anything else interesting to say about these yearbooks?
Well, this yearbook specifically, I think it's in the top 2%, and it was recognized nationally, and it was put into like the yearbooks of all yearbooks, and like we got an award for the graphic on the front that our graphic designer Jeff made. So our teacher, Mr. Sibley, he's just really great, and he really puts a lot of effort into this and makes it so much more of like a bigger thing than just an average yearbook.
So then, does that mean that this technology is kind of special to Cascade, or is this something that everybody's doing?
I think that right now we're the only school in the district. We're one of the only schools, I think, around the country. It's a new thing. It's probably going to start becoming a lot bigger once more people like see the effect it can do to like the yearbook.
That sounds pretty cool. I'm glad to be going to the school that's got this kind of yearbooks going on for
Me too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name's Tor. So what I'm doing is I'm doing basic programming on Scratch, and what it is it's block programming, and you create games or other simple contraptions on there. So I can like change the color of a costume, or I can change what it looks like.
Okay, what inspired you to do this project?
So, can you repeat that one more time?
What inspired you to do this project? Like, why did you want to do this?
Okay, so I've always kind of wanted to code, and I think it'd be a good skill to have in the future, especially for jobs, or it's also a good way to get scholarships.
All right, now I see you got the Chromebook here. Can you tell me what it's for?
So on Scratch is all online, so I need the Chromebook here in order to do any of the scratching programming, and in order to display the games and other contraptions that I do.
All right, how do you use technology in your own classroom?
So we use technology usually to use Socrative in order to answer questions, and we also use multiple devices to influence our learning and to help us research.
Okay, how is technology used in this particular project?
So Scratch is all online, so it was used for the entire thing.
All right, did you have fun doing this project?
Yes, I had a lot of fun doing this. I felt like it was very productive, and it will be very helpful to me in the future.
All right, speaking of the future, how do you see technology improving in the next 35 years or so by the year 2050?
I think that currently we're improving at an extremely high rate, so I feel like within the next 55 years we will be much more advanced than we are currently, just because of how far we're getting right now. And also with the holograms that are coming out, well, not for holograms, but the new Microsoft technology coming out, I feel like we would be able to improve that technology much better in the future.
All right, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So what are your names?
My name is Lassia Paula. And my name is Celeste Jamin.
Okay, so you have something here, so can you just tell me what it is?
So this is a slideshow about programming and coding in Forest View Elementary.
Okay, that's cool. So you want to show a little bit of it?
So we call coding the language of the future. And so our code is a great drop and click kind of code where you can, let's say it has like mini bars where you can just drop it and then you can pull it and then drop it in like a workspace and you can create your own code. Coding will help young programmers learn how to code. Like maybe you want to be a computer engineer or just a normal engineer or a video game designer or a movie designer. Coding will help with everything in that. So, yeah. Coding is just one of the fun things you can do on computers. AR, but there are other fun things like AR. A great way for students to practice reading skills. Communication. Sometimes people don't use phones. They use email, Gmail, and Skype, and FaceTalk, and all kinds of stuff. We can't forget websites like Facebook or Twitter, or even the small ones you can buy stuff on. You can even make your own websites. Search engines are a great way to search stuff, like Bing, Google Chrome, and Firefox, and Safari. And of course, Google Docs. You can add pictures, write in documents, make presentations, and even change the font, color, and sizes. We wouldn't have made this presentation without it. So, yeah, that's the end of our presentation. Thank you.
That was a very nice slideshow. So, do you guys code in your classes right now?
Yeah, we do that a lot.
What kind of things do you do? Do you make games, or do you write like drawings and processing?
We usually make games, and we can create our own games, and then we can let's say Tinker, for example. Tinker is a great kid game to do coding. One of the mini games on there is Cody's Quest. Cody's Quest has a lot of drop and click coding. It's really fun for kids too. So, and then at the end, usually after every 2 levels or 3 levels, there's this awesome game where you get to catch a jelly bean. You run around and you have to find it, and then it's just really fun for kids to do.
Okay, so do you make your own games or use any kind of coding software to write codes?
We use coding software, and sometimes we would make our own games, but that would be in game kits where you could create your own games.
What kind of programs do you guys use at your school?
Well, we're using Tinker, Google Docs, and we have this Want to Learn Code program where you can do Frozen programming and make games and stuff. Like Flappy Bird, for example. It's actually called Hour of Code. And if you want to create your own Flappy Bird version, and then also Khan Academy also has really good, you could do JavaScript and create websites and make animation and all kinds of stuff and cool stuff, pretty much.
Okay, so I'm sorry, just let me think for a second. Okay, so do you guys like to code a lot then?
Yeah, that's pretty true. It's really fun.
Okay, well thank you guys for the interview. Your presentation was very nice, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the fair.
Okay, so what are your guys' names?
So I'm Daxton, and I'm Onhad.
What school do you guys go to?
Gateway.
Alright, so what's your project about?
So our project is about the Shang Dynasty and how their life was. So we did a Glogster on it, and so Glogster, it's like an online poster board, and what you do is you can like just put pictures on it, and you can pop the pictures up here. And then there's like a taskbar where you can scroll down, and it's really easy because you can put all your information into one little spot. And then, do you want to?
And what's really cool that enhances the presentation, you can, right here, you can put videos on there to show people, and you can like zoom into your pictures, and it's really cool.
Alright, now I see you guys got the Chromebook here. Did you use the Chromebook to make this project, or like, what other pieces of technology did you use to make this project?
So actually we used a normal desktop computer in our classroom in the computer lab. And we used a lot of websites from our Gateway website.
Like what particular websites?
It was a lot of websites about like the history and
ancient China.
Yeah, of ancient China, and yeah.
What inspired you to do this project?
Well, we finished our poster. We had to do a poster on the Shang Dynasty, and we finished that, and we wanted to get extra credit in history, and so we just did that. We did this project for extra credit, and so we could be here today.
Alright, did you guys have fun doing this project?
Yeah, we had really fun because first we did like a bunch of research. It was a long process. That was pretty fun. And then we even went on Google Docs, typed up paragraphs and edited and revised it, and made this whole presentation, the Glogster, which was really fun.
Alright, so other than like desktop computers and Chromebooks, what other ways do you guys use technology in your classrooms?
We have a projector in our class, and the teacher uses that a lot. And we have GBN every morning, and that's like we have a TV in every classroom, and so we can give like the sports game scores, and we can give like what's up and like when the club meetings are, and just like everything that's going on in the school.
And you can use the technology for like a bunch of stuff, like taking notes, like even go on like the school website and like go on some websites for your history projects. You can use technology with that too.
Alright, and how do you guys see technology improving in the next 25 years, 35 years or so by the year 2050?
I think it'll be way more advanced, and all these presentations we do, I think we can make them like really easier, and like you can do it in like a really quick amount of time, all these presentations.
Yeah, I definitely think that the project would be a lot easier to make in the future because so like you said, the technology would be advanced, and so it'd be a lot quicker as well, and we could do it a lot more efficiently, and it wouldn't be as time consuming.
Alright, do you guys have anything else that you guys want to say?
That's it. Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, so what are your names?
Miriam.
Darshay.
Riley.
Okay, so how do you guys use technology in your school?
Well, we use Chromebooks, right? Yeah. And we do a lot of stuff, but they're not like games, and we do activities.
Like writing and stuff. Sometimes reading, and sometimes we do it like for
homework.
Yeah, for homework.
Yeah, we do like weekly assignments on it and writing assessments and all that. And we're gonna do like the SBAC on it this year. It's like a big test.
I like that makes people different.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you do assessments. Do you do them mostly in one class? Like, do you just do them in reading, or do you do them in all the classes that you have on the computers?
Well, we only have like, well, we're still in elementary school, so it's mostly reading and like homework.
stuff.
Yeah.
And writing, mostly. A lot.
You guys ever use like Google Slides or Prezi to make presentations?
We haven't really made presentations yet. I think we're going to, but I don't really know yet.
What grade are you guys in?
Fifth grade.
Okay. Do you have any predictions about new technology that might be coming out soon?
Wait, is this like in school or like
just in general in the world?
I think there's gonna be flying cars.
By when?
2021, I'm guessing.
And I also saw like on the news, like there's this guy, like he invented like these shoes that I think they're like rocket power. Like I saw them on Como News, and I think that it might be coming out soon, probably.
Okay, so flying cars and rocket shoes. That sounds pretty cool. In the classroom, do you think it'll change much? Do you think you'll start to use it more as you guys get older and go through more grades?
Yeah, I say yeah.
I think like instead of whiteboards, there'll be like electronical like boards you could just like tap on like an iPhone kind of. I think that'll be in like when we're in high school.
Okay, so you guys have some really cool predictions. I kind of hope those happen. That sounds really awesome. So thank you guys for the interview, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the fair.
Thank you.
Can we watch it?
Okay, so what's your name?
Savannah.
And what grade are you in?
4th grade.
Okay, so do you have any technology projects you're doing at your school right now?
We are using Google Docs, and we make different documents about people, and we've been doing in tech class, we have been working on paragraphs and other things about Black History Month, and we are using a website called iExcel to work on math and our writing and Greek and Latin roots and a bunch of other stuff.
Okay, so it sounds like you have a lot of technology in your school. So are you just writing like biography papers about people for like historical figures for Black History Month?
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as technology goes, do you have any predictions for future technologies?
I think that we might be able to do greater things on Google Docs and make charts and like big tests and make other things for other people in the school.
Wait, did you say you think we're going to take tests on computers?
No, make tests on computers for other people in the school.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. How about like way in 2050? Do you think anything in the classroom will change by then?
We'll probably have a lot of better devices, and there'll be like one button where you could do 1,000 things on it.
That's some interesting predictions you have. Well, that sounds cool. Well, thank you for the interview, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the fair.
I think I will.
Good, you're doing well then.
Okay, so what are your names?
Ms. Russell, Miss Jennifer Russell. Miss Thunker.
What grades do you teach?
4th grade? We both teach 4th grade at SLE, Silver Lake.
So, and what kinds of things do you do in your classrooms to teach the students involving technology?
We use a lot of Google Docs and Google Presentation for students to do research, for some formal writing, but also for a lot of informal, collecting pictures, things like that.
We've also been using code.org quite a bit in the classroom to teach kids how to start getting with coding and how to get used to how programs are built and that type of thing. And then we've also been playing around with making iMovies.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
We've been playing around with making iMovies on iPads and MacBooks.
So, film editing kind of stuff?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so what kind of projects do you have your students do? Do you just like make movies then and stuff like that?
On iMovie, they do, in a lot of the Google Apps and software, they do a lot of independent assignments, but they do some group projects. Like we've done timelines and things like that where they're collaborating on one document, but in 4th grade it's not a lot of group collaboration because they don't tend to understand boundaries. So.
One of our big group projects at the beginning of the year was a Jeopardy program where the kids collaborated through Google Presentation to create different slides for multiplication questions, division, word problems, all those different types of things, and the end goal was to present it to the class. So that was great. The kids had a lot of fun playing around on a program that was actually created by their peers.
Did you play the Jeopardy game after when they presented?
We sure did.
Yes, we did.
That sounds like fun. So, do you have any predictions for how you might use technology in the future as it advances?
Definitely. So I'm expecting a phone that I don't actually touch. Maybe it displays on my arm, or if I could get some cool kicks that just teleport across so I don't have to drive to work every day, that would be great.
That's insane. I think as far as technology in the classroom, I think that it'll be completely paperless. I love that commercial where the teacher's like in their house, like in their pajamas, and there's like a little robot moving around the classroom. I dream of that day. I think a lot of technology is going to be embedded though. I know there's already a couple of places like in Norway where they have, employees have chips, RFID chips, and they just like scan in and scan out and it's all in their body. Kind of creepy.
Okay, so you mentioned paperless, so do you think like all the assessments will always like be on the computer for every class, even for math? Do you think?
Absolutely. I think that even though there are a lot of hiccups in the technology right now, as we're seeing a lot of transition to paperless tests, I think that it's just the way that our world's going and we have to keep up to date. And there's so many cool technology devices out there to do things, like you said, even in math, so like if they have to write formulas or they have to use symbols. I think that as long as we can get access to the technology, that we'll just keep going more paperless.
Okay, do you have anything else you want to talk about in terms of like technology at your school or anything like that?
We want smartboards.
Chromebooks and smartboards.
So if you can make that happen.
What are smartboards?
What are smartboards? Right over there. It's like a whiteboard that you can touch. It's like a computer screen. So you could walk up in the front of your class and be teaching the class and touch it like that. How awesome would that be?
Pretty awesome.
I know. So you can make that happen.
And that's not even the future.
That's
now. Not even the future.
Okay. Well, thanks for the interview, guys. It was great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so what is your name?
My name is Ashmika.
What school do you go to?
I go to Cedarwood Elementary.
So I see that you got that little tablet device there. Can you tell me about it?
So we have 6 tablet devices in our school. We take turns rotating or taking them out like we do with normal books in our library. And on this or just any computer or laptop, you can log into Fall Watch Out from our homepage and check out books. The nonfiction books are unlimited, and the fiction books have like limited things that our librarian bought. And you can also, in your book bag, you can see your checkouts, your recent reading, your favorites, and your holds. And also you can use your notebook to write note down text and also mark stuff when in bookmarks. When you're reading, you have to close your notebook to continue reading. And we also have AR, accelerator reader, on our ebooks, so we can take notes on a research project while we can also take an AR test on it. And you can also, like, your whole entire school, your whole entire class can read one of the nonfiction ebooks at the same time.
Wow, so I think that's a really cool tablet right there. It might be the future someday. So can you tell me what other types of technology that you guys use in your classroom?
We use Chromebooks, and we do Google Docs and Google Docs and stuff like that to do research projects, timelines, gifts for your dads or moms, and other stuff just for fun. We also use a lot of read, write, and think because there's like timelines that we can do on a historical figure, and also we use read, write, and think for a comic creator for classes to review how to do dialogue, punctuation, and yeah.
All right, so how do you see Project improving in the next 35 years or so, by the year 2050?
I think that a lot of people are starting to like books, ebooks, and I think that it's going to increase population.
All right, do you have anything else that you would like to say?
No.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so what are your names?
BJ, Jesse, Francisco, Lizbeth.
Okay, what grade are you guys in?
6.
Okay, so you all go to the same school?
Yes.
What school?
Eisenhower Middle School.
Okay. So do you guys use a lot of technology in your classes?
Yes, we use Chromebooks oftenly.
What kind of things do you do on the Chromebooks? Do you make presentations or?
We take tests and we take reviews, and we also do the CBAC for the tests that are coming up in April.
We also do programming and different stuff of that sort. Like we do SketchUp, Scratch, what's it called? We do a lot of typing skills too with our computers. We also do Kodu, and yeah.
What kind of programs do you guys use for coding? Like,
We use code.org, and I think that's pretty much it.
Scratch. We also use Scratch.
What kind of things do you do on those? Do you like type in and make games or draw pictures? Or?
Well, basically, it kind of gives you little boxes, which are like, each is a different command. So if you put them in a pattern or in some type of way, then it'll make the character do whatever you put on the boxes.
So is the coding in an elective class, or is it in one of your regular classes?
It's in an elective.
We learn coding in computer tech.
Okay, that's cool. So do you have any predictions for the next big thing in technology?
The iPhone 7. Oh, I was about to say that. Samsung Galaxy 6.
Newer advanced stuff, like all of a sudden, I don't know, I'm blinking.
A new game console, I guess. Xbox.
Like PS5, lighter technology, like so it won't weigh as much.
Okay, so all the way in 2050, what do you think it'll be like in the classroom as far as technology goes?
We won't use pencil and paper anymore. We'll just have it all on an iPad in every single class.
I feel like we're not going to have paper. We're just going to have some type of tablet. I feel like we're not going to have like any more textbooks. Like it's just all going to be on the tablet.
It's all going to be on the tablet.
We're not going to have teachers. We're not going to have teachers. We're going to have like different programs that are basically teachers for you.
Okay, so no teachers and no paper and no textbooks. Okay, well thanks for the interview, guys. It was awesome. And nice night.